in case you haven't heard, in the wake of what Virginia did, which was in the wake of what Texas did, now Florida is talking about redistricting. There are some issues with their redistricting, so let me show you some footage here. Let me show you some content.
Florida Republicans are so desperate to gerrymander 4 more seats, and while they are really going out on a limb with this one, from the looks of the map, they're going to dilute some very red areas that have easily won Republican with enough blue voters that they're trying to gerrymander out of a different district to actually make a blue seat in a district like mine winnable. Let me explain, friends. So in terms of Florida, I live on the coast over here, right? Like right on the coast, all the way over. And that little blue dot to the west of me, that's Orlando. Except Orlando's a lot bigger than that tiny little blue dot. In fact, it makes up most of the middle of the state. If you've ever been to Orlando, you know that Orlando is an hour from Orlando because it takes you that long to get across the entire city. And now my district, right? Me, 70 miles away from Orlando. It takes me an hour and change to get to Disney, right? Which is like the other side of Orlando. But that little tiny blue district is touching my district, District 7, which has been a red district forever. But honey, if you give us just a little tiny bit of those blue voters that you're trying to take out of that area and shove over here, you're going to have a bad outcome because now you've made District 7 very winnable for a Democrat, as well as District 6 to the north of me, currently represented by the most hated piece of shit in Congress, Randy Fine. And don't worry, the Republican running against him is just basically an anti-Semitic reality show, MAGA macho, red pill twat. Guys, you're making it too easy. And down there, down yonder, couple districts down from me, you got Bernard Taylor, who's getting national attention, running for Brian Mast's Congress seat. The same guy who wore the IDF uniform on the floor of Congress. Honey, Ron, are you trying to make it easy for us to win? Because while there looks like there's a whole lot of red on this map right now, honey, you know as good as they do. Come November, it's gonna be all blue.
So for those of you who weren't maybe grasping what it is she was trying to explain, let me kind of re-examine what she said, okay? What they did was they took a big blue district and they chopped it up. And they said, we're going to take this section and we're going to put it in this red district. And we're going to take this section and we're going to put it in this red district. And we're going to take this section and we're going to put it in this red district. So they split up all the Democratic voters so there was only one small Democratic seat. However, by putting all of those Democrats in these various red districts, they may have put enough blue voters into those red districts to possibly flip those red districts. Yeah, they're red now, but you just made them a hell of a lot more purple by stuffing a bunch of Orlando blue voters in them. So they carved up the big blue district, or 2 of them, and put it into a bunch of all smaller, more redder districts. But in doing so, they may have created multiple winnable seats in the heart of Florida. I certainly hope that's the case. I hope that when the rubber hits the road, come election time, there are enough blue voters being shoved into all of these different red districts in the heart of Central Florida that when it's all said and done with, Democrats come away with even more seats. And don't forget, what Ron DeSantis is trying to do is against the law in Florida per the Florida voters not that long ago. But we'll make another video on that.